This is Pre-Algebra, lesson 6.5, discount and markup notes. So at the top it says, stores sell items for more than they pay for them. The amount of increase is called the markup. The amount a customer pays for an item is the markup or selling price. So what stores do is they buy things from other places through their suppliers. Then so they can make a profit, they in turn mark up the prices. So they're selling it to you more than they bought it for. It's just the way things naturally go. Number 1 says, find the selling price if a store pays $42 for a pair of sneakers and the markup is 25%. So I'm going to give you the shortcut version here. We talked about this in a previous lesson. If you're having a markup of 25% and you're already paying for the sneakers in the first place, you're actually buying 125%. So instead of using 0.25 by changing that to a decimal, you can actually use 1.25, because what would happen is you'd multiply by 0.25 and then have to add that back in. I'm trying to save you that step. So you're just going to take 1.25 times your 42 and you have 5250. Just let your calculator do all of that. The only thing you really have to remember to do is with these particular questions, just put a 1 in front of the number when you changed it to a decimal. Because again, you're paying 100% of something and 25% more. So you're essentially paying 125%, which is 1.25. Okay? Moving on to number 2, same circumstances. Find the selling price if a store pays $75 for a bike and the markup is 40%. So you're paying 100% of it and 40% more. So you're paying 140%. 1.40. 75 times 1.40, $105. So they paid 75, you're going to pay 105. So they can make their profit off of you to keep their store running. The next part says the amount by which the regular price is reduced is a sale price. So we're talking about sale prices now. This is a little different. And what I want you to think of before we go into these exercises is you're going to base a lot of this on the number 100. For example, if you pay 90% of something, that means you're not paying 10% of it. Or if we flip that around, if you're not paying 40% of something, you are paying 60% of something. So you're going to base all of those numbers around the number 100. So here's an example. The volleyball net has an original price of $59. It's on sale for 65% off. Find the sale price. Well, here's what I'm meaning with the number 100. If you're not paying 65% of it, you are paying 35% of it. So there's another shortcut for you. Instead of using this number, use the number manipulated with 100, and it's just going to get you there faster. So you're not paying 65% means you are paying 35%. So 0.35 times 59, you're paying 2065. Make sure with all of these answers that you are putting the dollar sign and any decimals. Please account for rounding if that happens with your calculators. Make sure you don't go past 2 numbers after the decimal symbol. Number 4, a purse has an original price of $35. It's on sale for 60% off. Find the sale price. Well, if you're not paying 60, you are paying 40% of it. So 40% times 35, you're paying $14. That was marked down, not marked up. Number 5, Henry had a 25% discount on hockey equipment. The selling price was $172.50. What was the original price? So this is a little different. So let's review again. If you're not paying 25%, you are paying 75%. So 75% of the original you're finding, that's your X value this time, is what you paid, $172.50. So the percent that you paid of the original price equaled $172.50, the amount you paid. So this is going to be a division problem. So divide by 0.75, $230 should be your answer. Number 6, she gets a 75% discount. Guess what? If she's 75% off, you're paying 25% of it. She paid a total of $225. What was the original price? So 25% of the original price is how much you paid. 25% of the original price is what you paid. This is another division problem. So 225 divided by 0.25, $900. So the original price was $900, you only paid $225. Number 7, Cody is buying a ring that has an original price of $295, but is advertised at 30% off. Sales tax of 8.25 is then applied to the discounted price. How much will he pay for the ring? This is a little more complex, as is number 8 coming up. Let's walk through this slowly. So first of all, it is 30% off. If it's 30% off, you didn't pay 30%, you did pay 70%. So 70% of the $295 is $206.50. But we're not done. You're paying $206.50, but then you are applying the sales tax. So the sales tax is 8.25. Now remember, we're going to add a 1 in front of it. So let's go ahead and change that to a decimal, 0.0825. Just throw a 1 in front of it like we did with the previous questions back in numbers 1 and 2. So change that one to a decimal, 0.0825. From over here, 0.0825, put a 1 in front of that because you're paying for that item and then that much more. So multiply those together, 223.54. That's the amount you're going to pay after the discount and the sales tax added back in. Okay, so you're doing a discount problem first, then you're doing a tax problem after that. And I'm trying to give you both shortcut versions. So review that part of the video if you need to. And with number 8, $11.95, discounted 20%, sales tax is 5.5%. So if you're not paying for 20%, you are paying for 80%. And I just put 0.8. You can put a 0 there if you want to, doesn't matter. So 0.8 times the price, $9.56. But remember, you're now applying the sales tax, so that's going to be a 1.055. Multiply those together, you're paying $10.09.